Thanks for joining to the Liberia TV. Keep following. Share this live broadcast from the Rabat International Airport. Kindly share it in all of this group chat so that our people erode. Keep following to the Liberia TV. This is just to let you know that our flights are resumed at the Rabat International Airport here. This is the Ethiopia Airline. For passenger booking this flight, they are en route to Mecca. So, as you're quite aware, His Excellency President Joseph Jomo Boakai Chu the excellent yesterday were able to intervene, and today flights are now resuming, and in this live broadcast now is the Ethiopia Airline. Keep sharing, so that those who yesterday got the information that flights were cancelled due to the incident yesterday, the management of Rabat International, keep sharing, now resume flights. So these are passengers that are currently in the bus. So full operations already began at the Rabat International Airport this morning. Keep watching. So the bus is seen coming and bringing passengers to board the flight through the Ethiopia Airline to Mecca. Keep watching. Keep watching. Keep watching. Keep watching. So these are passengers now boarding the flight to Mecca. So we're about to take the tube. So you're there. So we are still waiting for the authority. Keep watching Today Liberia TV with me, Andrew Polly. So the management team of the Rabat International Airport began flight operation. Keep sharing Today Liberia TV. Begins at the Rabat International Airport. So tell somebody operation. So yes, you can say operation finally begins at the Rabat International Airport. So those of you watching, this is the keep watching Today Liberia. So those of you in the diaspora, those of you in Liberia, those of you watching Today Liberia TV. On the unfortunate keep watching all of the process at the management through the Rabat International Airport. So if you have the opportunity now, keep sharing to your friends, your colleagues, your various platform that the management of the Rabat International Airport begin flight operation. Keep watching airport begin flight operation. Keep watching, keep the for excellent job. Excellency President Joseph Nima Boakat and his delegation on a special flight. The management through the Rabat International Airport now. So this is exactly the flight now about to depart Liberia with passenger traveling to Morocco. Ethiopia Airline is what we are now observing. Keep watching. Keep watching. Ethiopia Airline now is making the way out to the Rabat International Airport. So this is evidence that you can share with your colleagues, your friends, your partners that operation has resumed at the Rabat International Airport through the management of the Rabat International Airport. Keep watching, keep watching. So this is just for RA. Excellent job. Keep watching. Keep watching. Keep sharing. Ethiopian Airlines flights resume at the Rabat International Airport. The Rabat International Airport. Keep watching. Keep watching. This is Today Liberia TV with me reporting from the Rabat International Airport. On board Acera's passenger. So the flight now making effort now to depart through the Rabat International Airport. Keep watching, keep sharing Today Liberia TV. So the flight now is now making the way. It's now leaving through the Rabat International Airport. So the flight now making the way through the Rabat International Airport, thanks to the management of the Rabat International Airport. Keep watching. The Ethiopian Airline now departs the Rabat International Airport, thanks to the management of the Rabat International Airport for flights operation. So those of you watching earlier on yesterday on a fortunate situation with a special flight with Your Excellency President Joseph Newman Boakai, and through that the management of the Rabat International Airport worked overtime, making sure the flight operation resumes at the Rabat International Airport. So in picture now is evidence that that the Ethiopia Airline is now departing through the Rabat International Airport. Keep watching. Tell your friends that the management invite your friends. The flight operation resume now at the Rabat International Airport on board Acera's passenger. So the Ethiopian Airline depart the Rabat International Airport. Thanks to all of you following Today Liberia TV.
We'll speak to the president about his recent. And so the president is about to speak to the executive mansion press. So very shortly, we will speak to the president about his recent participation in ECOWAS 50th anniversary that was recently held in Lagos, Nigeria. We are here, Cool TV. I'm Theophilus.
Good afternoon, press. Mr. President, welcome back to your country. So you participated in the celebration of our ECOWAS Golden Jubilee. What does it mean for the peace of the region and as well as Liberia?
Very much so. And Liberia certainly owe it to ECOWAS to attend, because we were the first country that they intervened in our conflict in a very big way. So we're very grateful. ECOWAS have done extremely well over the 50 years, building from nothing. So this is a very important milestone.
Mr. President, Sylvester Chirupe, work for School Network. You talked about regional integration, peace, and youth empowerment. Would you love to tell the Liberian people, especially when you talk about youth empowerment, how you want African countries to rally around in supporting youth?
That's a topic that I am very much interested in, because 60% of ECOWAS is youth. And so if we going to leave our youth, give them responsibility, look up to them, it is important that we train them, we mentor them, we give them vocational training, we give them access to good quality education, and help them to be patriotic to their countries.
My name is Prince Sar, and I report for the newspaper. As a president, what specific issues were discussed during the summit?
Well, we met. We have to sign our recommitment to ECOWAS, and we had programs that were entertaining my youth, and we have the policy of violence.
Good afternoon, press.
Liberia certainly owe it to ECOWAS to attend, because we were the first country that they intervened in our conflict in a very big way. So we're very grateful. ECOWAS have done extremely well over the 50 years, building from nothing. So this is a very important milestone.
Mr. President, Sylvester Chirupe, work for School Network. You talked about regional integration, peace, and youth empowerment. Would you love to tell the Liberian people, especially when you talk about youth empowerment, how you want African countries to rally around in supporting youth?
That's a topic that I am very much interested in, because 60% of ECOWAS is youth. And so if we going to leave our youth, give them responsibility, look up to them, it is important that we train them, we mentor them, we give them vocational training, we give them access to good quality education, and help them to be patriotic to their countries.
My name is Prince Sar, and I report for the newspaper. As a president, what specific issues were discussed during the summit?
Well, we met. We have to sign our recommitment to ECOWAS, and we had programs that were entertaining my youth, and we have the policy of violence.
As a president, what specific issues were discussed during the summit?
Well, we train them, we mentor them, we gave them vocational training. So this is a very important milestone.
The President, I'm Sylvester Chirupe, I work for School Network. You talked about regional integration, peace, and youth empowerment. We would love to tell the Liberian people, especially when you talk about youth empowerment, how you want African countries to rally around in supporting youth.
That's a topic that I am very much interested in because 60% of ECOWAS is youth. And so if we going to leave our youth, give them responsibility, look up to them, it is important that we train them, we mentor them, we give them vocational training, we give them access to good quality education, and help them to be patriotic to their countries.
My name is Prince Sir, and I report for the newspaper. As a president, what specific issues were discussed during the summit?
Well, we met. We have to sign our recommitment to ECOWAS, and we had programs that were entertaining by youth, and we have the policy of violence.
With exclusive delight, we want to say a pleasant welcome on today. Today, TGIF, thank God. Today is Friday, and a pleasant welcome to the People's Program. This is the People's Program, the program that brings you up to speed with major trending national issues in Liberia, Africa, and the rest of our one world. Good afternoon, Liberia. Today, don't forget, the geometry of the whole must be kept high on the agenda because it involves the majority, and those that come with equity must come with clean hands. As usual today, I am your humble servant. I am J. Nathaniel B. Var, just coming the ambassador today, and I'm here today with T. Nicholas Barkley on this spectacular edition of the program. Be with us until 1:30. Remember, we open the lines. We'll value your comments, your suggestions, and opinions in our program, because they are the building block of the modern and emerging democracy. And also, what we encourage you to follow us on YouTube, Cool Channel 2 on YouTube. You can also invite others by sharing our video. We're also on Facebook on Cool at the search handle. Just type in Cool at the search handle, and we will also be live with you. Also on 91.9 across Liberia on www.knewsonline.com. We are cut across the world to bring you development. Today, 1942, Liberia signed a defense pact with the United States. This commenced a period of strategic road building and other constructions related to United States military interest in checking the expansion of the Assos power. The airport was originally built by the United States government at an Air Force base. As part of these activities, the runway was built long enough for the B-47 Stratojet bombers to land for refueling, giving Liberia what was, for many years, the longest runway into Africa. The United States President Franklin D. Roosevelt had lunch with the President of Liberia, Edwin J. Barkley, at the Roberts Field during his visit to Liberia in January 1943. The airport is the nation's busiest and most important aviation facility, currently hosting the country's only scheduled commercial airline services with direct connections to several major cities in West Africa, as well as flights to Europe on Brussels Airlines. The airport reportedly served about 228,000 passengers annually in 2018 and recently underwent a major expansion, including the opening of a new passenger terminal. The facility with 11,000 feet or about 3,353 meters long runway was an emergency landing site for the United States Space Shuttle program and is one of the only two paved runways in the country. While Monrovia Secondary Airport's Springs P is much closer to the city center and possesses the nation's only paved runway, it has not had scheduled commercial services since the Alaska Airlines suspended service in November 19, that is 2014 to be precise. The Rabat International Airport, ROB, formerly known as the Roberts Field, is an international airport in West Africa and the African nation of Liberia. Located near the town of Abel into Magibi County, the single runway airport is about 35 miles, 36 kilometers outside of the nation's capital, Monrovia. And as an origin of destination point is referred to as Monrovia locally, it is often referred to simply as RRA. The airport is named in honor of Joseph Jenkins Roberts, the first president of Liberia. In 1943, the end of the World War II, in 1945, Roberts Field Airport, as it was then known, served as an alternative base for the contingent of the 26th Squadron, the SAAF, which flew the vacant Wellington bombers on anti-submarine, the U-boat, a conveyed escort patrol over the Atlantic Ocean. This made base for the Takoradi into the Gold Coast. The story of the Roberts Field is consistently intertwined with the history of the Pan-African World Airlines. In fact, at the end of the World War II until 1985, the airport was administered and operated by the Pan American on a contract with the Republic of Liberia Ministry of Transport. Monrovia was constantly a key link into Pan-African Africa network, usually in the intermediate stop between Accra and Dakar, for which services continue onward to Europe and the United States. In the late 1970s and on to the early 1980s, the airport became Pan Am principal African hub with a non-stop Boeing 747 service from the United States. JFK connecting the Roberts Field to such destinations as Dakar, Accra, Abidjan, Lagos, and Conakry, among others, and continuing to Nairobi and even at times to Johannesburg, so that for many years, virtually every Pan Am passenger to Africa passed through the Roberts Field. Pan Am's presence diminished during the 1980s as Pan Am's African network was slowly pulled down. Pan Am ended its management of the airport in 1985, but as late as 1986, the airport was still a stop on the JFK Dakar, Monrovia, Lagos, Nairobi route. By 1987, Pan Am was no longer serving Monrovia at all. A pleasant welcome, good afternoon to all of you joining us on this spectacular edition of the program. Today's history is a regular feature on our programs where we'll bring you day-to-day happening into what happened into history. Today, 2014, the 30th of May in 2024, Donald Trump became the first former United States president to be convicted of a crime after a New York jury found him guilty of 34 felony counts of the falsifying business records in connection with the hush money payment in 2016 to the adult film star Stephanie Clifford, known as the Stormy Daniel, who claimed to have had an affair with President Trump in 2006. Today, the 30th of May. 2012, former President Charles Taylor, the former president of Liberia, was sentenced to 50 years in prison after being convicted of crimes against humanity and war crimes that were committed during the Sierra Leonean Civil War. Today, the 30th of May in 2012. Rafael Trujillo, an army officer who has been dictator of the Dominican Republic following the military revolt in 1930, was assassinated today in 1960 on the 30th of May in history. During World War II, the British Air Force, the Royal Air Force, dispatched more than 1,000 bombers against the Kogler, Germany, today in 1942 in history. In the May 30th incident, some 12 liberal demonstrators were killed by the British police in Shanghai, sparking the nationwide strikes and protests in China today in 1925. 3 years before that, the Lincoln Memorial honoring Abraham Lincoln and the 16th President of the United States and the virtues of the tolerance, honesty, and consistency in the human spirit was dedicated into Washington, D.C. today in 1922 in history. So this in history is a regular feature on our programs. We will bring you history, what's happened day to day for a century or millennium. If we go home today in 1854, the Kansas, Nebraska Act was passed, providing for the territorial organizations of Kansas and Nebraska under the principle of popular sovereignty, which gave people in those areas the right to decide whether slavery could be permitted in their territory. Good afternoon, good morning, good evening. I am Nathaniel. Good afternoon.
Thanks to all of you who share Today Liberia TV with me, Andrew Kwali, reporting from the Rabat International Airport. It is because of all of you that we are here to give you the happenings through the high-end effort of the management of the Rabat International Airport. Keep watching. Keep watching, keep sharing. Ethiopia Airline, keep watching, keep sharing. So on board are several passengers on board traveling to Morocco. All of you that are watching, several passengers on board are traveling to Mecca. Keep watching, keep joining. Flight operation resume at the Rabat International Airport. So the flight now is now making the way. It's now leaving through the Rabat International Airport.
and we can do with monkeypox. But Liberia, let me be clear, monkeypox is real. Monkeypox is in Liberia. This is no joke about it. And if we will play a laissez-faire attitude towards monkeypox, it will wreck us. It will kill our citizens. It may be a family member. It may be mine. It may be yours. It may be somebody somewhere. We have to do something about what is happening. And from all indication, what we are getting, you may say down speed, but we should not underestimate monkeypox. There are current calls to the Liberia institutions are responsible. The National Public Health Institute, the Ministry of Health, about this vaccine. It is time that we put prevention in play before we start to stop. Prevention is better than cure. Because we were so more like Antarctica with Ebola, with Corona. Do the days of Ebola, we saw bodies were thrown out. Some of them was abandoned. At that time, we then knew the importance of the danger of this thing. We say it again today. The monkeypox thing, we're not taking it serious. Up till now, Enfield had not even made the issue of gene codes, messages of awareness, so that people will know the danger of this thing. But when they start killing people, before that they will get serious inside. You know, always allowing your time. We are always anticipating things, and we just moving like we thinking our movement is progress. It's happening again, my people. Monkeypox in Liberia, we join it into okay at all. That is serious, oh. Ha! Like we are seeing gradually the slow pace of incremental cases. This thing is serious. We won't be having 2,000 cases first. We start doing contact tracing before we get serious about it. It's what we want. We said to you the primary week, podcasts and all the rest of the kids of monkeypox. How many of our people stay in denial? They may be having it. They may be going to butchers. They may be going isolations for treatment. And this is what can spread these kind of things. Those taking care, they think it's serious and it's important. Let me say, I want to find you aware that today is what's on your mind, and we want to know what's on your mind so that we can see how to handle those issues there, because we don't want to go on break in the weekend before Monday and there are issues that we don't talk about. So we hope that this can happen. Let me say something here. You know, thank God the president and his entourage landed easily yesterday. Not easily, but successfully. And the president went home. But let me tell you something. What happened yesterday are not the kind of things we should be thinking about. On a serious note, we saw that our folks die nearing landing at Araba International Airport. We saw that our former president and other officials were live without rates when they did a critical landing. We saw it last time. They said birds sat on transformer and they struck something. It got us off. All our own problem. It can be just some kind of funny excuse. Some kind of thing that nobody can want to accept. What happened in Liberia? What really happened to this country? Now again, we are on the word that our president had a very scary landing on an issue that was nearing a crash. Only because I don't know this country. What happened in this country since the war days when what was called Okata was coming, when the Martina people there, our uncle one in jail was on the other side bombing and things. They had the pump holes. We still suffer from pump holes today. I can understand this country. What kind of like a dazzle attitude that is emerged into Liberian attitude? It's just all over. It is just all over. We joke about the lives of our leaders and even endanger ourselves. The last time our president Joe put more fire squad like Robert Christ said, these guys don't put fire squad for. You see them start getting all the flip the excuse, you know, they were pump hole, they were this one, they're not saying the part of the plane that weather, what's that? I think we know start laying people and flocking them publicly, let them know that their attitude is so damaging and demeaning to this country. Imagine, since that airport was built, we have never had any prophecy on that airport yet. Nothing has worked perfectly. Nothing. It is not no fuel, no generator on, no light, no this. It is just some kind of funny excuse we'll give to this country. What kind of country is this? What kind of country is this? And our attitude will make us to lose the life of so precious life of people that we will regret why it should happen at that time. Why? Why? Why Liberia? It's so sad that we are just always into things. So sad. It is scary, as a matter of fact. It is. That we just put people's lives at risk. And when you hear these people's salary they're making, what a job they're doing. This country is not stretching up on a very serious note. Because when I was reading a document that was purportedly signed, and I heard that most of the agreement that was from Liberia was an oral agreement in 1941 that brought that airport to being. Imagine that a tentative secret approach was at first made to the president of Liberia in regard to the establishment of American military and the Naval Air Base in Liberia. I can understand this. And there was a contract signed in July 1941 at Racine Airport. And why it has not been ratified by the Liberia legislature, Pan American has already inaugurated a Clipper service linking Liberia with Brazil on the other hand, with the Belgian Congo on the other hand. Why are we always like this? Why? When they come to Liberia, they're just gonna share the deeds that can go on. Why? Why? And the folks there, it is so much silly that at this time they will tell us that pop hole is on the wrong way. How long will it even take us to say, okay, let us go for a turn right closer, right? Let's uproot the quota. It's long years, it's a long live. And let's do a new one. How long is our road? That long way. That in 1 or 2 months, we get fixed good. How long? Since the pop hole is giving you a hard time, how long will it take us to fix our airport? How long? How long? We still, if today is not, people putting coal around the airfield or the airport that will hinder plane landing, that something until they see the ground now grow like or pass on living inside. Some kind of thing. Some kind of thing. And I want to make a very strong recommendation to the president today. If government, if people now want to recommend those things to do the work, we will not pay them for 6 months. We will use our money to fix that wrong way. Because this thing is so serious. Why are we always in this kind of thing? Now that we're not benefiting from the services provided in that place. Where's the money going? Where's the money going? Where are the innovation people are bringing down there? But in a tell press, so one former president said, don't pass so that nothing will good at. This is serious. Why? We over hearing wicked men around. We hearing that Kabila has surfaced into Goma. We hearing that Vice President saying he want to become president. He will be president of this country. We hearing that Burkina beats around. What happening? Then we hearing say the president learning something happened or wrong way not correct. Learning one catch fire. You gotta be mindful of the thing we're doing in this country. Liberia is serious. Right now we're hearing that laws have left Liberia. It has entered Europe. And timber trades or labor trade doesn't even have a record of those timber living Liberia, those laws. These are illegal laws that have left this country. Companies are here with concessions we don't even understand. They got our Liberian people there working and they are contractors in their own country. We are here giving jobs to foreign aliens in this country. What they really will do right? What? Check Liberia. What really will do right in this country if you check this country? You go check on the CSA finance, we hear it again, elected that 40 million in symbol. What's this? What's going on? You go to FDA is there is like a entity that not even existing because what the impact they're bringing. Also about less issue on FDA with our forests and the CMFA agreements. You go to the latest mine, you go to mines and energy, our diamonds, our gold are leaving this soil without the benefit of Liberians getting anything. Where are we now with this country? Where are we? What really are we doing? Now you go to the president, Minister of State. Now they agree with the audit. The audit report now has placed in another serious shitty deeds. That they are put more payrolls, supplemental payrolls, and they need to answer a lot of questions on this. Where then will we turn? Where? 11,520,821.7 in about of 960,766.21, including illegal hiring of 74 supplementary payroll employees. They're right in the president's nose, where Professor Gillespie, Colonel Cracktober is there. Her father on the other side, he giving work permit to people. She too on the other side, her name is something. Where are we able to return in this country? You go to the Marketing Association, they're doing their own thing. Where? You go to LIPA, LIPA tell you, say, we get money, the people collecting money to put fuel in the buses that were carrying the work. Where are we going to turn? Where? This country. You go to the airport, they say, oh, brother, and knock something, or the airport, pump hole there, made a plane out of the bus, again, where are we going to turn with this thing? Where are we turning? We're not improving. We're not. We're not making sense for ourselves. We're not. You go to the man who is the environmental, again, they work in a car business again. They will not face the country to get good roads, they all ride the best of vehicle. We go to the side, they ain't working good, but they want good pay. What set of country is this? They think serious. Here you are playing hiccup game of monkeypox. The vaccine they brought, they say they brought the vaccine, but only they in their family. Then our partner are worried about Liberia that the vaccine, we want to see in this country what monkeypox are done in other countries. They are not telling that the vaccine is very little. We need more than that. It ought to save lives. Other people are always concerned about this country, but Liberians, especially the leaders, are not concerned about the people they lead. Jesus Christ. Oh, Jesus. You go here, other side, allegedly, people put in are mining inspectors on the field. Bulk of them are volunteers. You go to the National Police, people face their own ID card, buy their own uniform, get on the street, they see the police officer. You go to LDA, bulk of them are volunteers. Bulk of the LDA people, they are being alleged only ghettos. They are the one behind these things. When really will Liberia help itself? We just good at begging. Even we beg, they gave us, anything. We don't even manage what they gave us. We don't even manage what we beg for. Our own, we are unable to manage it. When we beg for it, we mismanage what we beg for. If care is not taken, this country is already a problem to even the world superpower. This country will be a serious problem to the continent. Because one turn taking Harry will just get in power and will polarize the wrong thing in this country. And everybody will become a vagabond. Because he must survive. Because we get used to doing the wrong thing. We just used to doing the wrong thing. Nothing straightened up. Every year when they have budget money given to ministry and agency, all they do there as ministers, as directors, as head of the agency is how they want to steal the money from there and not do the work. I also want to get what I'm saying. Our first Liberian to guard concessions, those who want to come over with us, they connive with the people, take our forest, our materials here, tell them that and take it out of this country. Just so they can get money in their pocket. They don't care about the people they're leading. They don't care about the generation to come. So they come in. And then more huge amount of gold in the country. I told her. Wednesday and Sunday, and they didn't take gold from the country, go for the gold, bigger companies that are mining gold. Wednesday and Sunday, they didn't transport gold from this country. Gold are leaving this country. We got nothing to show. We profess to have people we're dealing with, but we side with those people to corrupt the very people we're leading. Have Liberia ever announced the highest diamond firm, the stone for this country? No. Because they did a company finally, they will come with breeze in the ear of the leaders. They could now they want to announce it. Tell me, show you came on a court. Finish. When the small one, yeah, we'll get something here. You know how many countries we are making rich per the day? Things that they never had are from Liberia. They will get a woman there who's suffering her. She's there. Preaching Liberia case. Sarah Person Auntie. Preaching Liberia case. She can't sleep. Oh my boy, I have Liberia. You have Liberia. They're not paying member. Oh yeah, Liberia. Liberia have changed. Liberia to the level whereby our leaders are crooked in this place. Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh, Jesus. Oh, Jesus. Jesus. Where or what is the future of this country? Where is Liberia going? If Liberia will get better, who will really take Liberia? When everybody, when you trust the government, it's the most corrupt person. Now one is taken out. Who? If this country will really get better, where our children will see private water, they will take on the showers. The mud will go, roads are paved, lives are all over. When the life of Liberia will be restored, that someone was sleeping around 8, 10, 11 o'clock and say, let me go in the market. Let me go to the cinema. Let me go. I never walk about. Let me go to the pub bar and sit down. Where families, they have decided that they will take their family on at about 10, 11 o'clock at night. When will Liberia life really be restored? When will this country be restored to such a life? I can remember back in the 80s, we used to go, so we don't even know where that cinema was. We go to show it, but 12, 1 o'clock coming home. People will start leaving, go to late night shows. Someone will sleep, they wake up at 9 in the night. But I dare you now, wake up at 9 o'clock and then say you go somewhere. And you come out naked, change money. Those boys will scrape you naked and come back home. The ones that even outside 9 o'clock will catch them, they are horrible to go home. They don't want the eyes of those people to see them. Then you say you wake up 9, you getting ready to go outside, go there. But before those are alive in this country. In the night, people taking bath at 8 o'clock. When you go to work, that's it. I go in town. When will that life be restored in this country? With the kind of vampire leaders who have it around us? So it means that the people are not even going to come or say to Liberia to select an airport. Because the airport they put bill airport for themselves. They want to use Liberia what is so much vulnerable. And imagine, they even have plans that if Liberia trouble come on Liberia, they will try to fight. Are you aware that because of Liberia, there was an airport that was also built in the Guinea? So that when something happened in Liberia, they can fight for the Guinea side to solve Liberia problem. They were worried. They said, what if there's a defense, there's a force that come against Liberia? We also have a means. Imagine at that time. But they saw that still things are all right. Yeah. On October 21st, in 1941, the American minister Maury pointed out that the need to have full Liberian protection for the possible invasion and the vacant French territory along the southern Liberian border, where troops movement are remarked to have occurred. That's how they made the airport into the French Guinea area, because they're not far from the Liberian border. And there was a German national that came in that process to stay in Liberia to observe things where they were in Cape Mount. So they always had an intention for this country. So since 1941, 42, 43, we get airport here. Liberia have never thought, no leader had ever thought, let's build another airport for other years. So it means that if the people are never going to build airport here today, in my generation, I'm living Liberia now having an airport. Because who would have built it? Who would think about that? Even the one they built for us, we still having pop hole. So why if they kind of thing scary investors say, I'm not going to Liberia? You know that the woman I just left for here, now she worried, she said, tell me why I left for that safely. Because why is our plane? Eh? Somebody now thinking to come to Liberia and say, no, I got to change my mind. Maybe I'll go say alone and land there, Guinea get a good airport, say alone get a good airport, I'll go by road, or I'll go Ghana, I'll go by road. Huh? Our leaders, that's what Diana Banks said. She said the leaders are short-sighted, and that's not a lie. Our leaders don't see. I don't want to describe some of them because I just don't know. Their visions are blurred. They got no vision for this country. They only want to eat today, that's what they want. Somebody who suffered all his life, he is now 54, 55, 60 years old, he won't get the power. He thinks about remember when you live in that 20 years, he's going to enjoy himself. Rather the person crying now 20 years when you know that after you will not be living again, you die. So he cared nothing. You're there are 5 year old, 10 year old, or who not even born yet. They don't care about you. They don't care. They don't know that all the time you live there, you're not going back to look at it, you're not going to go into there. So the road here when you're around, you finish. Because our leaders, their vision is blurred. They don't see. We would Liberia have a leader that have a side of an ego to look at the future and say, let's protect the generation. Then the old man who is saying, my people, let us do something good that a life that won't put our race. Yeah? 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 Look at what I'm reading in 1939. The British gave an oral commitment to Liberia minister in London. You see how the post take treating us? Because that's how we take ourselves. What happened to Liberia? Imagine what the past record has said. No confidence is placed in the Great Britain and Liberia. Why would you treat this country like this? Today we want biometric card, one of them will just do what they want to do, to have sensor, the people will do what they want to do it. We don't even know the population of this country, we don't even know how people. Oh, Liberia, Jesus Christ. I can't believe that in this country. I can't believe. I can't believe. Our young people are just astray because why? Those that depend on to lead them have no vision. They don't even lead themselves correctly. How will they lead the young people? Our children to see a country as such where the children are wayward, Thousands of them are being recruited on the street. And those who are in the position don't care. Then the old man will say, God made me to live so that I will not have to judge myself and my generation why I will never help this country. God, before I die, let us institute a policy. Let's put out laws. Let's mold the minds of the citizens. Let's make them know that this country deserves better. Because I think that if we don't do it, if I and others in my generation leave, who will lead them? Who? When they're not taught the way. Look at JFK. Look at JFK. In a modern age and time, they're treating people in chair. Security men selling drugs. You want paracetamol hospital? The former say, don't get paracetamol. But the security men get paracetamol in your bed. He can sell it to you. You want sarin? You want needle? No needle in the hospital. They won't get injection. Go buy sarin. Go buy needle. What kind of country is this, Liberia? Oh, I'm frustrated. When will we do something? When we are giving flimsy excuses? Talk about bread on the level, one dump on the air, the dump site near the place. They want to break the field. When they finish, go sit on the level. That one made the current go. Yeah, they play the tire ball. We go where pop. Oh God! If my hands were reach that banker man who is giving us a report, I pray that President Joseph Boy would have slapped him in that very moment. Just the trauma said I made it woman. Would I even kill him? His age. They won't prepare Jeremiah, won't take a quick way because he might become president. So you want me to take the car because he might become president too? Is that why I want? So whoever means, maybe one day the president will go to where you're actually one level on the road, the car and after the president go. One day I'll do something. And you know, let me pick boom at the president. Folks have always said to me, and in my mind, judging him and reading my own interaction, personal interaction with the president, I've thought that he's a very tough person, but he's not showing how tough he is. He's not showing it. Maybe age has taken his toughness from him. But Liberia, man, they get a privacy when you play with a ticket door. Anyone laying your finger in you like a muff, they want a leg. That's how Liberia men looking. But you don't treat them harshly. President Boga needs to put up tough measures. Let people begin to see that where they are placed are important to them. Their survival depends on it, and their moral obligation to the people of this country, it matters more. Let the person jobless. Let the person. Let someone go in a position. Then they say, oh yeah, I used to be. Yes. Because they use the leaders of this president and they lied to him so much. This is what's happening in this country. Papa, you already debted them. Don't joke with them. Pay them. You men may say they pay you. Let you go say regret. Because this country must get straightened up. This country must get better by whole clock. It must get better. We have treated this country with leniency too much. There are people just right on this country. People are getting rich on Liberia. People have a mass wealth. Imagine to see that a leader will be serving as a minister, his wife, all his children in America. So the whole country is serving him. You know, so how do you think you make the country better? Eh? They say where your heart is, the way your treasure is. So it means that you just working here where your heart on here. You thinking when you're feeling for you thinking for maybe August to reach December, you go take one more America. That's all you want. So you just hurry up so they want you go. But if your wife and your children were here, you'll be thinking about that. And I really want to see your president that will do that thing. Before you, if you are a president, your children must go to school. I mean, if you're a minister, your children should go to school here. Yes. It should be a special case that you will say when they go, or yeah, children go, yes. Because it's so much disgraceful. You don't build the system, but you want all live in the system, and you divide yourself. Yeah, man. His children when they come here, they eat all in the best hotel then. They tell them, say, you're not going to read it, so good in there. You're not going to. But if they finish getting play, we have to go back. But you're a minister here. You head an institution here. You what about good contribution will you make in Liberia? Tell me. You're not living here. Your children are living here. Your wife not here. So when they're here in abroad, they don't wash their clothes here because they don't want to hang their clothes outside. They can put their clothes in bed, they put it in clean, they go wash it in Ghana, in Guinea, in Ivory Coast, they go to America, other places, Rwanda, they wash. I'm telling you serious thing, oh. They wash their clothes there and they bring their clothes to Liberia. They don't wash their clothes in Liberia. This is how the people looking at. The only time they afford them being the air conditioning car to the air conditioning office to even talk to the staff house is a different thing. You are demon gods among them. Even for you to say walk from in front of the building to go beyond the building to see what's going on, it's difficult for you. Oh Jesus Christ. Oh, I'm going to take my break. Today, what's on your mind? But these are just some of the issues we're trying to raise here because we have to speak to the consciousness of our people in this country. How wicked and devilish they are. How they don't love this country. How they don't think about you positively. Let me tell you, when they both sit down, they can be cursing you people. They can be cursing us. How we dirty. Who should be more clean? Eh? How we are insignificant. Who should make us significant? How we are not educated. Who should educate us? That's the reason why we place you in your positions. So the things we don't have, you're supposed to bring it to us. But you go sit down, you're finished eating, you're picking your teeth, they have you gossiping about us. See how we looking? That I really come home. Eh? See how I can find, but you didn't see how. Who should make the life improve? It's not you who are in the positions. Oh Jesus Christ! But President Brother, you need to come down very strong because maybe the next one handle you at airport. You may even come down, you just leave that application handle you. On a serious note. On a serious note. Well, these are very flimsy excuses. Let me tell you something. Very lazy. Go tell it to the birds, not to me. Go say it to the fish of the ocean. Say, yeah, pump over there, all the plane tire pump. Don't say it to me. Go somewhere and say it. Who will help this country? Who will help this country? And to see that the people are in a position that is country, that people have ages who have lived. But to make change, to impact the lives of the citizens, to Jesus Christ, man. Oh God. Oh God. I'm gonna say something I want to say here. Let me take this break.
So the flight now making the way through the Rabat International Airport, thanks to the management of the Rabat International Airport. So as you're quite aware, His Excellency President Joseph Joman Boakai Chu the excellent yesterday were able to intervene, and today flights are now resuming, and in this live broadcast now is the Ethiopia Airline. Keep sharing so that those who yesterday got the information that flights were cancelled due to the incident yesterday, the management of Rabat International Airport now resume flights. So these are passengers that are currently in the bus.
919-919-080-919-919 are the numbers there to talk to you. Today, what's on your mind? If whatever we discuss isn't what you want to talk about what you want to talk about. Today is set aside especially to hear from you. Let me talk to my first caller on the line. Good afternoon. Good afternoon to you. You're welcome. Go ahead.
Thank you. This is the God of last time we were on a conversation after the competition number 6.
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
Now I can sense the frustration in your voice, and as you speak now, tears run from my eyes because we are not thinking of this generation president because we already lost this one. But the next generation, what become of them? Like you are saying, some of these people, they are ministers, they are said they are ministers, but then their relatives are not even here. You are talking about immediate relatives, but some of them, even secretaries are not here. They are in Ghana to prepare the truth. They are years of education that your child is not getting in the country. Now, it was moderate. It was still moderate to us. And I think we are saying things as though we have to take some action. When the government appoints some of these guys, we have to do our own project and see to some of these issues. Because the senators that the senators and lawmakers that we
So full operations already began at the Rabat International Airport this morning. Keep watching.
Thank you, Elijah. Good afternoon. Yeah, go ahead.
Thank you. This is Cosimo. Nigerian FDA resident. Well, for me, I think the government needs to be proactive. You see, people for whom the president elected, I think the president appointed, I think they need to step up again, making sure that the aspiration of the Liberian people are met.
They are not even the only part to be in the position. They can't let go. I hear somebody tell me say the person related to President Boga, man, fuck, they're money man. You know, they are all Liberians. So somebody that you see people in the own family which even you die.
So I think the president needs to see how best he can take all of these guys who are not in the interest of the people out of job because we can't have the same position that who can just as he was disgraced. Then a week again is part of responsible for the at the airport. Then yesterday again the issue of Conway. If you are appointed by the president to do a piece of work, I think
You already get a whole bunch of sack you. Go sit and go over the job. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, my brother.
You're welcome, ma'am. Go ahead.
Yeah, my name is Precious Johnson. I'm from 540. Chasing Bashi, what happened about the president? So you will ask for work. People will give you the work. We are not doing so. We'll take our work and give you. So that problem will take you on him.
Yeah.
That problem will take you on him. You'll tell us. You're seeing Ghana, you're seeing the best country. You're taking our resources, you're seeing the army. You wouldn't say anything with suffering here. And now what I can tell you, I was like, I think 7, 8 years when Taylor in power. Well, my role model, I must tell you today, Taylor was the best of I ever saw in my life. And I saw the other people who are from Taylor to Joseph Boga, and they said Taylor was the best. Because the things you see, they will not be able to tell you what is.
If you find out blame you put out quarter in any country they say that's how you look for different job, you know how to do this thing. Good afternoon.
Thank you, now. Good afternoon. And let me say good afternoon to your many listeners. This is voice of Prince Kolake. So now, when you were speaking, I sat in tears now. For too long, we have called for change. You know, just on recent 2023, we were there talking about change.
Yeah.
But instead of change, that
anyway, there's everybody move. President, we are getting everybody move. The must be changing. What are you why we say now, okay, think all the other side already, that that's what we're focusing on. But nothing of the kind.
So even at the House of Legislature, you know how many presidents that did not go by? But what happening today is the same replica of what started happening from 2006 up to present. When will our struggle for better leadership come to pass? Look at Burkina Faso. Just a little boy got in power there today. The people are reaping the dividend. Then we have somebody that came to power with a lot of experience for the so many years in power. Up to present, we still young, we still struggling, things are still getting worse from bad to worse, from bad to worse. Where are we? Is it that the excuses?
Let me just tell you, Papi, there are people who have to die because they want rush instead of getting power. Listen, every day they let him. Okay, Prince. Okay, let me talk to Tommy. Good afternoon. Yeah, go ahead.
And the God that will tell you that it gets in the corner. But the way you ask you about this country, and I don't know how much our leader can use to many people. What we need to make the country better. Right? And the old men to serve are only. These are the appointed. Those are the appointed. And are not going to work for like grown people. Let them go. We don't want to follow people to do the work. You can't say one day job, and then you can't that on it, and you be saying like grown people. Your children, your wife, everybody out there, I'm sorry I didn't know it. But I'll leave the program. And then you come and see our money to feed them in America and other places. These people need a go. People need to go to the airport. Now, the woman is there very so I don't give us not your computer person. Every other time, how you get there without what we have airport.
Yeah.
But we have the one airport that is not functional. The woman is the icon.
Okay. Okay. Good afternoon. Go ahead. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Go ahead. Okay. Good afternoon. Go ahead.
Good afternoon.
Yeah. Good afternoon, Mrs. Scully.
Anton, 31 now that we take. The first thing I want to say, JB, is JB, welcome. Thank for your safety.
That's why wrong is happening. There were plenty.
Well, I want to tell the president that after money, and will be mine because you listen to this station. Not all the representatives are protest. Let us for all the chiefs and elders in their counties. Let me tell you what all is mine. That the people that elected, they are not here interest. These people had a separate election. And somebody won. They take actually one of their streets. They were never to have and take part in that election. When they know they actually one of their streets, they were not to take part in that election. When they took part in the election, instead of doing it like great people work, because the children are in this country, they say the protesting as a representative, they say they are all leaders. They are the old men for all the elders to tell you where their people doing. Number two, I beg the old men, my whole campaign was in the market. Any place tomorrow market, leaking from the town, they put the water market. The whole range of 1 year.
That market said that market at Zogo Stream Play.
That's over 3 million. Now, we beating the people, we tell the people what's up, and they give me half and they figure out there. The one told them before for the government, so when they translate, yeah, what's there? Thank you.
Okay.
Wait for let them look out tomorrow market.
Oh, okay. That market tomorrow can call you. I know what I'm doing. Good afternoon. Go ahead.
Thank you, man. Thank you for finding it. So, this is Pastor David. Sometimes it is the Christians that keep all of us in this fight. I mean, why are we surprised when 50% of those appointed in government were all living the truth of all parts of the world? Obviously, they will have the children that grow. I mean, these ministers, they all were in America. And after the election, they came there and got applause. It is generally obvious that they will have their case in America. How is it a president when those things were intentionally done by all of us? So when I get from there, people in America, it is just obvious. Because if the men who have went to position lived in America for more than 5, 6, 7, 8 years, and he was 12 years, you have to keep the that people in that state they use so that they're far. They come here, work, and get the money, and send it abroad. So that will start pretending and know the fight and after the issue of the RIA. We know that the personal life will be secure and will be saved at all times. We pray that everything that we share, so then it's about that person again. So that's our prayer. And it's after RRA, it shows that the state of president is always there. Thank you.
Okay. Even when in any wheelchair, when one of the president can or other president can, they already be there. They will see what Allah will all be secure. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, now.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I'm trying to start off with, now what is on my mind? I got two things on my mind to discuss today. Yeah, the first one, like President Goddard, please, I beg you, please start the labor minister because this man is not in the issue of the Liberian people, please. That is the first thing on my mind. Please beg you because this man actually, what he's doing now, the Liberian people have actually disappointed in the labor minister because everybody has tried on the labor minister on a daily basis. You go to the private sector again, the people there complain on the labor minister, you can't do the government sector again, doing all the material. So this man is not in the issue of the Liberian people. Please start this man. We're not going to play for you on trouble. They say because this man was Nimakane, he gave a higher post, so he keep them there. Please, this man for the image of this government. Please start this man. Okay, the next thing on my mind is the airport. The airport director, whoever that there, please, I beg you, make sure you remove these people from this government because the people are not in the image of this government. People want to spoil the image of this government because for what happened yesterday on the airport, I'm highly disappointed in that. So you make sure and start the people. They don't see all these people come up at the end, so you remain there. There are so many people that want to work. Please remove the people and put somebody there and let them be replaced. Thank you for the opportunity.
Okay, and you work in the government too. They can't replace you. Yeah, go ahead.
Good afternoon.
Yeah, go ahead, David Joseph.
Yeah, thank you. Now let me tell you something the afternoon. Very Liberian people will be aware. I think everybody know about Joe T. That what they want to do to our president, Joseph Imambwaka. President Joseph Imambwaka, when you know what happened to Joe T, then now you must be ready for that airport. Some of us were born to that airport. 1990, 91, 92, 93, 94, 95. There's a bomb, and Grenadians were waiting on our airport. We were volunteered to clear our places then. And all the postcodes that were down there from 1990 up to 2005, and nothing changed. So we're talking about government, and we're talking about representatives, we're talking about senators from every county, every district. And now nothing better going on in the country. When we vote the people here, they will not talk nothing about the country or their district or their county. So President Joseph Imambwaka, you are president for the nation now. So man, what you say you should do well for the country. You're not there to add somebody that weak. Do something that somebody that like I said, leave behind to say here that President Joseph Imambwaka change the nation today to be better. So thank you,
Thank you, my brother. I got to go to my final call there. I got to go, and we're taking our weekend breaks. I better find you aware that we'll be back on Monday here. But Liberia, this country needs to be treated with sincerity. It's not anything wrong for us to bring anybody and say you can't serve in this position. It's because among the many, you are a privileged one to say serve in a position here and work for your people. Please, I hope that we can keep the peace. Keep the peace. Let's keep the peace. Let integrity flourish. Let sincerity avail. Let love be the bonding glue that holds us together as a people. This country deserves better. We were not here, others were here. It's because they kept this place that is why we keep it netted. We will leave them here. We also have to preserve this area so that others will have a place to survive. It's important to us. Let's keep Liberia at the center of everything. We were first born as a Liberian before we even become a church member, before we become a member of a political party. Liberia deserves better. I take now a break. Thanks to my entire crew. Thanks to the head of the team, Andrew Gamon, you there, and making sure our production was successful. Thanks to Star Kandu, thanks to T. Nicholas Barkley, and I'm the lead host. I'm Jay Nathaniel and all of our listeners, our callers, silent ones, those who call, those who commented on our page. We want to say thank you, we value you a whole lot. But let's keep it peace until we meet again. God bless all of us in Jesus' mighty name.
Up to 1:30 p.m. on Young.
call for